Y'all, I wanted so badly to come on here and tell y'all I've been so productive again, studying my 3 hours every day, doing my practice questions, going to the gym, eating down with my 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. wake up. I've done none of those things. I've done none of those things. Okay, y'all, it is 10:19 right now. I'm gonna try my best to be semi-productive, even with starting my day this late. But y'all, I needed a break. And so I went back home to Maryland to take care of some stuff with my car. My car is still registered in Maryland because y'all, don't be snitching on me. If my car comes and gets taken away, I'm cutting all y'all down, period. And not really, YouTube, don't flag me. But I have never re-registered my vehicle. It was gonna be like $700 something. Y'all, I can barely afford to eat. Where am I getting $700? So I never bothered, and I just make that little travel up to the DMV whenever I need certain work done on my car. Like I had to pick up my tags, had to go get an emissions test, had to do some other things. And so I decided to just extend the weekend. I decided to just go and enjoy myself. And I really am glad that I did. However, have y'all ever experienced where you just have so much to do and so much going on that you feel like you can't relax? You feel like you don't have time to just not, because you have so much to do. I was really struggling over the weekend to just settle in the fact that I do get to just tell myself, okay, good job, this got done, this got handled, because I'll actually insert the clip now of how exhausted I was, y'all, coming back from my interview at Topgolf. Okay, y'all, I'm back in the house. I was successfully hired. You're looking at your new Bay hostess, so be prepared for part-time Student Z Chronicles. Honestly, I'm still applying to other roles as well, only because I feel like service positions are so inconsistent in the pay, and that inconsistency is the one thing that has been causing me the greatest anxiety right now with my financial situation, right? Like not having a solid foundation of income to pay for all the things that I need to pay for. So if I can find a position that pays me over $19 an hour and lets me come in only on the weekend, I'm golden. And I actually have found a couple of roles. I'm just waiting to hear back from them to see what they say. I am sorry that I didn't actually record much of anything other than just y'all seeing my hair done. And then I don't even know if I told y'all that I was going to this event. Like, I don't know what I recorded, but that's the reality of it. Again, not everything is neat and consistent and scheduled the way that I would like it to be. Sometimes my brain is just foggy, like I'm tired. My thoughts, I'm fatigued, I need to eat. I will show you the outfit though. So this is what I wore. The dress code was casual, appropriate for work, and I feel like I ate that. And can we talk about what waste? What waste? I'm very proud of myself for staying consistent in El Gimnasio. This week I will not be going to the gym at all because I'm burnt out, y'all. Like applying to jobs every day, showing up to interviews, calling around, getting rejected. The overall grind of being in the work pool is a lot. It's a lot. But a win is a win. I'm glad that I at least have something. We'll see if better offers come. And yeah, like just prepare for Student Dr. Z part-time work chronicles, a little series or something to show y'all how I fund my life. Bye. Yeah, as you can see, I was dang near incoherent. Wait, this is on, right? Okay, great. I was dang near incoherent trying to tell you guys because I was so exhausted. I had went to the interview kind of rushing because I didn't know what to expect. It was a group interview. I didn't eat. I had a headache. It was a lot. Then I was thinking about, oh my gosh, I really am about to be working until 1 a.m. on some of these days. I signed up to start working Friday night. So after the clinic, straight to work. Saturday, open availability. Sunday, open availability. Just the fact that I found a job, but I'm immediately thinking about all of the stipulations of, well, how much money am I going to be making? Is it going to be consistent? Is it going to be enough? Then I was doing remote contract work, remote contract hunting. That's been really hard because I think I've shared this before, that a lot of the remote work that you can do online is task-based. And so you're paid only by the actual work that you submit and not by the hour. So it can be very tedious, very laborious, very mind-numbing to just submit all these different tasks, do all this random work, and trying to do that for 8 hours straight, or at least 8 hours in total. Because let's be real, when you go to work, you're not actually doing work the entire 8 hours that you're there, or however long that you're there. There's a downtime where you're sitting, you're doing nothing, but you're still getting paid because you're getting paid by the hour. And so the fact that contract work is not like that, it has been contributing significantly to my burnout of trying to force myself to sit down in front of a laptop and do these different things. It just never ends, you know, like even with me saying all of this right now, do y'all hear how I'm just going and going and going and going? And so I felt like if I didn't just pause, I was going to explode. I think it's important to have these kinds of vlogs where I'm sharing just small day-to-day tasks that I'm trying my best to get done, because these are the things that fall by the wayside, right? Your house starts becoming a pigsty. You stop taking care of your skin. You stop eating right. You gain a bunch of weight or you lose a bunch of weight. You're constantly stressed. You might end up getting medicated for anxiety or depression. That happens a lot. There are so many med students who end up with mental health comorbidities as a result of just this process. And we don't talk about that enough. And so I am just trying my best to show y'all my attempts at managing this all, especially as a person who, like, I don't have the luxury of just being a student, you know? And I know that that's not unique to me. There are people who are in medicine or law or other professional careers that are wives, that are parents, that have to, you know, take care of people, primary caretakers of other family members. So I'm not trying to martyr myself and make it seem like, oh, Janae is just, oh, so unique. However, I do fear that a lot of the med creators they're more on the side of privilege. Privilege and convenience, you know, even if they're not outright rich, they still have normal support systems. You know, they have like the parents that they can call and say, hey, I need some money. Hey, I want to come back home and stay with you. So the social support, they have a, you know, big friend group, whatever. They have mentors that they trust and rely on. Whereas I have found myself in a bit more isolation, right? Being an out-of-state student, not being that close with my family, struggling to find social ties here because all of my friends are back home, right? I'm 6+ hours away from my house. It's just been a challenge. And then financially, that being the biggest detriment since I took the LOA, did not have the finances to support myself in the LOA, burnt my savings up, burnt my credit cards up, in a significant amount of debt, y'all. I think I racked up, I said it before, but I believe the official number now is like $40,368 just on my credit cards. To have to wear all of these different hats where I am still Jeanne the med student. I still have to try to get ready for the clinic, where I am now Jeanne the part-time worker, having 2 types of jobs that I'm trying to juggle and balance while having to head into the clinic. I'm Jeanne the student leader, y'all. I have so many leadership things. And it was to the point where I actually had to cancel some last week because I literally felt like my brain was going to pop, as I said. And then yesterday, after I came home, after I just drove 6+ hours, guess who had to hop on a call? Me. Guess who goes to 2? I had 2 meetings back to back. One that I was leading, one that I had deliverables due. Like, I didn't even get to come home and just decompress. I didn't get to come home and organize and, to unpack, relax. No, I had to unpack, get ready to turn on my academic brain. I had to rearrange my whiteboard. I'll show you guys now what that looks like because I changed the type of schedule that I'm doing. We'll talk about that later. Actually, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. And it's just like, bruh, like, look how fast you can just become overwhelmed. And I wanted to record that. I wanted to show y'all that, but I just didn't have it in me. And so I wanted to just kind of recap. I wanted to just recap and share and show you guys a little bit again of how I am trying my best to just keep all the strings together. I feel like a puppet master where I'm like pulling mini versions of myself to dance and to like do what needs to be done. Cause bruh, not to mention even just the personal health things, trying to reschedule and get in my therapy, keeping up with my medication. Bruh, I found out that I actually need an extended, like either a stronger dose or a second kind of mini boosting capsule because my Adderall effects have just continued to taper. I haven't even been keeping up with taking my Adderall the way I'm supposed to, bruh. Let's clean this room, right? Like, let's clean this room And I'll be back because I promise this video is not just gonna be me hooting and hollering and complaining. I promise it's not. All right, laundry is sorted, a load is in, ready to go, but I wanted to come out here and show y'all the whiteboard. So instead of having specific tasks, I decided to do a block schedule instead, where I have certain work brackets, and then I write out the different tasks, color coded to the blocks, to say, I wanna do my AI work during block 3, 12 to 3. I wanna go to the gym during my block 4 from 4:30 to 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this allows me to have a greater level of flexibility, just because all of the different things that I'm trying to do, the responsibilities that I have right now, they're not necessarily coherent. They don't play well together, you know what I'm saying? Balance, the balance has to be found somehow, some way. The integration actually, not a balance, because balancing is impossible. There's always gonna be something that has more weight and priority than the other, that's more pressing because it's due sooner, because it's, you know, I don't know, just a greater responsibility of you. For example, I am a leader in one of my student organizations. I'm the head liaison, the president. And so that burden of responsibility is a lot heavier than, let's say, me being a research assistant number 10 on a project. And so just with me realizing that, I hope that this block schedule proves to give me the flexibility that I need, because no matter what, I need some type of structure. There's so much that I have to do, so much going on. And then with my ADHD, it would just be way too anxiety inducing trying to maneuver all these moving parts, moving pieces with no type of plan, no type of format. Something else that I really like about this whiteboard breakdown is that I've included things that I want to get done at some point. So before the week is out, within the next 2 weeks, tomorrow, so that way I can take them and place them properly within the block schedule, because I'm gonna update this schedule like every single day. Every single night, I'm gonna sit down before bed and just go, what things do I need to do tomorrow? I'm gonna check my personal calendar, my school calendars, and just make sure that I know, okay, well, during these hours, doing these blocks, I have this task. So then these other tasks need to go in these other blocks, you know? And it just, I know it sounds crazy that I'm doing all of this, but bruh, like I swear, if I don't, I'm gonna lose my mind. I swear that I need this type of structure, this type of discipline, and just trying to stay on top of it, trying your best to just go with what you planned, even when it's harder than you anticipated, right? Like things happen. I don't know, I think it gives a bit of solace and relief, at least to me, at least to my mind, of, well, at least I got done my 1, 2, 3 tasks that I said that I wanted to do. Because that's something else that I'm working on as well, is not biting off more than I can chew, y'all. I swear I will sign up to do a million things and then not realize the time commitment for each of these things, and that the time commitments are, again, conflicting, run into each other, unbalanced, uneven. I think that by making this block schedule and just kind of telling myself just one task per block, and if you have time to do more, you can do more, but be better at prioritizing. So yeah, I'll let y'all know how the flow goes once I actually get on it for real, since today is a bit of a slower day. And I'm actually just gonna come back once I'm ready to get some of these tasks off of my little to-do list done. I also meant to say, y'all, the reason why I haven't been studying is because it has been exceedingly difficult finding 3 hours straight where I can just sit and do work the way that I had done in that vlog. And I am learning and growing to accept that, again, I have to make my tasks more bite-sized. That fine, I don't have 3 hours straight, but I have an hour here, I have 30 minutes here, and getting comfortable with that. Being comfortable with saying, okay, I'm gonna have to do practice questions in the morning, I'm gonna have to do my review during the day, I'm gonna have to finish my review, do my flashcards at night. I am not a person that likes that. I'm a person that very much likes to lock in and focus on one thing at a time and get it done within that time. But yeah, I have to let that go. And I hope that this is an important lesson for anybody else, that sometimes your internal mechanisms, right? Like your internal drives are not compatible with the external, and trying your best to find some sort of middle ground, again, a better integration. And I know that that can be extremely challenging for people who have very rigid beliefs because they're neurodivergent. Like the ADHD or ADHD, it kicks my ass, I'm not gonna lie. I physically get frustrated, physically get irritated when I can't finish things, when I am lacking completion of a certain task. And yeah, that's just a battle that I'm learning to overcome, and something else that I wanted to share. Well, I was supposed to be getting the work and stuff done, but I just received an email from my institution that Editor Z popping in, I had to redact a bit of that section since the issue is ongoing. I want to be mindful and careful that I'm not doing anything that would jeopardize my case, my point, my perspective, my stance. So yeah, I will hopefully be able to fill you guys in with better details, better information later. Has been filed against me in response to the compliance complaint that I had back a couple months ago now. I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. I feel like I want to quit. Because like I'm already, right, struggling to keep the balance, as I was talking about before, and to constantly feel hypervigilant and like I am always acting as an advocate for myself. It's always on that side of me, that function of just watching my back, paying attention to implied biases and just other things in the hidden curriculum. And I'm fatigued. I'm tired of feeling like I'm not protected, that I'm not supported. Empty words claiming that I'm supported, like I'm over it. But it's the fact that that's even happening, and it's happening as a result of something that I know I'm right about. Like this is the second time now of me just fighting, making points. And I have just lost the faith. I've lost trust that, again, I'm backed, I'm supported, I'm cared for. I don't even know. I don't even have words right now. It's just like more shit to do, unnecessary shit to do. I only thought to include this and record it because, like, yeah, it just goes to show this kind of thing happens where, you know, your transition through a professional program isn't smooth and you still have shit to do anyway. Like, I still have work that I need to get done. I still need to clean my house. Okay, well, it is now 6:22. I finished cleaning up my room, y'all. No more clothes on the ground, washed all the clothes, folded them, and I really just tried to ground myself. As I said, wanted to share that little segment of just me feeling exhausted, feeling tired, feeling just targeted, because some days you really just can't help things going wrong. As much as you plan and schedule and try to be disciplined, retain motivation, you do all the things that you can, shit just hits the fan sometimes. It hits the fan. Day doesn't go as planned. Emotions and feelings all blown up and, you know, bubbled over. And you just do very little things, small things to try to pick yourself up and keep moving forward. So for me today, it was just cleaning the house. I went ahead and took a look at some of my remote contracts and filled out a couple of things, but then I hit like a wall waiting for some approval for whatever. And I'm just proud. I'm proud of the fact that, well, at least I did something. I didn't sit in the bed and cry and curl up in a ball, but it certainly was not as productive as some other med student vlogs, med student lives, because my mind is just not as pristine. It's not as pristine. It's not as easy. It's not as simplified. Shit just be happening. And that's all I got. I really don't have anything else to say. And I'm not even sure that this upload is worth anything to anybody else. So at the bare minimum, I hope it's relatable to somebody. Not that I hope that somebody else is going through some stuff like I'm going through. Lord, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, but just more so, hey man, we making it. There is somebody else out there who is also not having an easy breezy, beautiful time in medicine, in their career that they've, that they've dreamed of. I think that's another thing too, to have prayed for this, cried for this. I really want this, to then be in it and be toe up, to be in it and questioning things. Hey. And so if you can relate on that front, in that aspect of just lifing. Now, the next time y'all see me, hopefully I'll have turned this thing around a complete 180 degrees and I'll be up and I'll be whatever. I'm thinking about taking y'all with me to work tomorrow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Y'all just pray for me. And if you don't pray, wish me some luck and write it on a leaf and blow it to the wind or something. Whatever you do for good luck and good aura, send that my way. Donate to my GoFundMe too. Yeah.